Hi there. Welcome to episode 4 of the 2022 gardening vlog. See what I mean about calling them episodes and not weeks? I skipped last week. Aren't you glad? It's not confusing now. This is episode 4, but it's week 5. I did do some stuff last weekend. I filled 4 of the 6 birdies beds with soil and amended them and all that. So we'll watch that footage. You can see what I got done there. I've got some more of those to get done today. The two more, including the big one. So that's my big goal for this weekend, is to fill 2 more birdies beds. I think it's gonna take 15 wheelbarrows full of soil. And I've also got all my amendments right here. Vermiculite, perlite, crab and lobster shell, blood meal, and worm castings. So it's pretty tedious. Each load I dump in a wheelbarrow full and then add all the amendments to the soil, stir it up, move on, do the next load over and over again. And it takes a while. So we're going to do, that's the big goal for this weekend. We had a very bad frost. Since I've last spoken to you, it got down into the 20s. So all that stuff I planted last episode, I covered it in plastic and it mostly worked. I missed a leaf on one of the grapes and it sort of wilted, but it's been really nice for the last week. So we're going to go check on those. I took the plastic off. It got a lot of rain. Maybe we'll see some green shoots in some of the, grapes, things like that. And we're going to check in on the seedlings right here. So let's do that first. All right, another thing I did last weekend was I thinned all the seedlings. Not so much the spinach and the lettuce here, the Napa cabbage. I should probably thin the Napa cabbage. I didn't think about that. And all this lettuce, but most everything else. I didn't thin the basil because it's just not quite big enough yet. But I thinned the cucumbers. They're looking great. And I thinned all of these tomatoes, so they're starting to take off. We're definitely seeing an improvement on the tomatoes here on this tray, which is under a heating mat, compared to these tomatoes that are not under a heating mat. But they are growing, so this experiment is useful in the sense that I know heating mats help, but that they're not necessary. Also, just went to Lowe's this morning and got some broccolis. I'd moved broccoli from seed, but I figured these are a little further along. They left them out, obviously, in that cold snap, so they're a little sad, but I'm gonna get them in the ground next week, I think. And I think though, it's cheap gamble to see you get some early broccoli. And I got my parsley, sage, I got 1 red pepper plant, rosemary, that's it. Oh, Italian, oregano as well. Lettuces are doing well. The mixed lettuces are doing okay. This is Ice Queen, that's doing good. These basils, I think we could thin those now. The peppers, I didn't thin these little peppers here too, so I think we're gonna thin those as well. Let's do some thinning. We'll start with some thinning today. That'll be fun. Birdie's bed that was moved here in the fall, and I planted this wonderful overwintering seed mix from Johnny's Select Seeds, and it did really well, and it's put a lot of nitrogen into the soil. So I need to top it off. Before I top it off, I'm going to hack apart all this stuff and till it into the soil, and then I will dump that soil in, and then I will dump the amendments in: perlite, worm castings, vermiculite, blood meal. I gotta go get the blood meal. And crab and lobster. And then I'll stir it all up, and then I'll mulch it, and then I'll water it, and then it will sit here for a week, maybe 2, before I plant. Because I learned last year, you're supposed to have your bed sit for a while to let all this good stuff start kind of leaching and getting through everything before you plant. So I'm trying to do this about 2 weeks in advance. So that's what I'm gonna do to this bed, those 2 beds, that bed, and those beds over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birdies beds. Won't be a lot of work at all, but we're going to do them one by one. We're going to start with this one. I don't know why I thought one wheelbarrow load was going to be enough. Looks like I'll probably need 2 more. All right, let's just suck it up and do it. Okay, I got a little wet there with my daughter's help, but it's fun to have Jane help. So, like I said in a past video, we are using cardboard, shredded cardboard, as mulch. We have an awesome cardboard shredder. You can look at the video. I will link to it. And, you know, all the pro gardeners say you can use shredded cardboard. Nobody does. I need to make a mental note to put that in my YouTube description, because I suspect there are people out there that have the same problems I do, wondering if it really works. And I used it last year and it worked pretty well. So this bed is done. It has 50% garden soil and organic compost with perlite, Neptune's harvest crab and lobster shell, worm castings, and blood meal in as additives to the soil. So I think it's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna sit here for about 2 weeks before we plant in it. And we're gonna do those. So I'm thinking 3 loads, probably about 6 loads. So that's a lot of work. Not really looking forward to it. We're gonna plow through them one by one. I don't think I'm gonna film it. Filming significantly slows things down. It is March 13th, 2022. We have mulched 5 6-in-1 birdies beds with shredded cardboard from our cardboard shredder. All of this cardboard is cardboard that we got in the mail. We have a whole video on the cardboard shredder. You can watch that as well. But we are going to revisit this mid-year maybe, and then at the end of the year to definitively prove to YouTube once and for all that you can, in fact, use cardboard, shredded cardboard, as mulch, and it works just great. I'm not the best gardener in the world, but I am confident enough, this is my 3rd year using cardboard, that this is going to work out. Okay, that's basically it. I gotta do that probably 5 or 6 more times in this one, like 10 or so times in that one, just back and forth, back and forth. It's lunchtime, so I'm gonna do the rest after lunch. As you can see, we put the amendments in, and that whiskey barrel had soil from last fall in it, so I just figured I'd dump it in. It can get fresh soil. That soil is perfectly useful in that bed. So we did that as well, but that's the last of the old soil. So now, just new soil, over and over again till the beds are full after lunch. Six down. One big one to go. Oh my God, that was so much work. I'm so tired. You can probably count better than me, but I think that was 14 wheelbarrow loads. Oh, Lordy. As my friend Justin Baum would say, sweet Lord of mercy. I gotta say though, the 8-in-1 Birdie's bed in the very long configuration does a slight bulge. I don't know if you can really see it there, but it's a little frustrating. Don't love the bulge, but it should be fine. Just a little unsightly. So yeah, that was really exhausted. I'm really tired. It's time to go pick up dinner. I also gotta fold up that tarp. And here is the stuff from last week that I planted. Had a couple little green shoots happening, but nothing really much yet. Oh, the rose is starting to think about coming to life. Anyway, I think that's about it for today and probably this week. So, have a lovely week. And I will see you next week when we start doing drip irrigation. Bye.